On Thursday evening of this past week, the Republican Party, the RNC, the Republican National Committee, voted unanimously to have all of their candidates for president in the future sign on to a pledge saying we will not participate in any debates that are not sanctioned and approved by the Republican Party itself. We're done with the Commission on Presidential Debates. We're pulling out of that, even though they have been this nonpartisan, actually bipartisan group of individuals have been setting the framework for presidential debates since before I was born, right? This is how it's always been. But Ronald McDaniel, the chair of the Republican Party, says that things just aren't fair anymore. They're all so biased. They're so horribly slanted against Republicans that we will not participate. So what really happened, folks, was that if you remember, back in 2020, one of the Republican debates was hosted by Fox News host Chris Wallace, who was actually very fair. He was asking Donald Trump some tough questions about things he did while president of the United States. Trump didn't like it. Trump got very, very mad. And of course, Trump also talked over his time, and Wallace repeatedly tried to get him to shut the hell up because, hey, you're breaking the rules, bud. And I know you don't think that rules apply to you, but you got to shut the hell up. And they actually suggested possibly having a mute button to shut him up after he went over time so many times. But that pissed off the Republican Party. Like, how dare you not let him break the rules? How dare you ask him questions about his record? You sneaky SOBs out there, right? Here's the thing. The Republicans are nothing but a party of snowflakes and cowards, afraid of their own damn shadow, but most importantly, afraid of their own records. That's why they don't want to participate in debates. That's why they don't want to be a part of any of this. And it's going to hurt them. We saw it last time when Donald Trump decided to sit out that second presidential debate, but Biden was like, screw it, I'll do it by myself. So he basically got a 2-hour primetime special featuring Joe Biden. And that worked out pretty dang well for Biden. Trump got furious about that. He was like, I can't believe they still did it. I want that too. You had the chance to have it, dude. You chose to not show up to that debate. And now your party is literally putting all of your candidates in that same position saying, we're not showing up to any debates. Cool. I have no problem with that. Everybody's going to see that you're a bunch of cowards. And the Democratic candidate, whoever it may be, I'm assuming obviously Joe Biden, they're just going to get there and have 3 different primetime specials to get to know the public, to get to talk to people, to get to participate in those town hall events, right? The Democrats are going to be sitting pretty because Republicans are so damn scared to show up and face questions about their horrible records. Because at the end of the day, that's what terrifies them the most, having to justify the things that they have done. This isn't about the debate commission being biased. It is not biased. You have Fox News hosts that get to host these debates, not just people like Chris Wallace. You've got some of the horrible people at Fox News that get to host some of these debates. You've got folks from MSNBC, right? The super liberals who get to host some debates. Now, maybe the commission should say, maybe we shouldn't do the cable news hosts, right? Save those for the partisan debates. Fox News, you can do the Republican primary debates. MSNBC, you can do the Democratic primary debates. Why don't you just pick a random person with a list of questions to do the presidential debates, right? It doesn't matter who the moderator is. Just somebody to facilitate the conversation. They don't need to have an agenda. They don't need to have any perception of bias. But also at the same time, there's nothing wrong with the way the system has currently been working, so what's the problem? The problem, as I said, is Republicans are cowards. They're little bitty tiny snowflakes, and they are terrified of having to face the reality that people may not like their policies. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.